After this Sunday, like we can't lie, like Yamin Yamal's gonna win a fucking Ballon d'Or.
Yo, apart from bro when I ain't had bread, me I didn't hear from no one. I span that block on my pedal bike, and I didn't see no one.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Big Brahs show. I think this is our 6th episode, if I believe. Today, we have a very special episode. With me, I got the usual Teddy, Chris.
Year.
Oh, we got a special guest today.
Ooh.
Very special guest. Would you like to come in?
Hype me up, bro. Hype me up.
I'm not hyping him up. He's a Barca fan. I'm not hyping him up.
What's up?
We got Steven with us today. All right.
Y'all know what stance I'm taking. Y'all know what stance I'm taking here today.
There's children here. All right, boys. I think we have a lot to talk about today.
Oh, most definitely.
So shall we just get right into it? Or World Cup final recap? So as we all know, that was the worst possible case scenario final we could have.
Barca won that World Cup.
I was deeply depressed having Argentina versus Spain.
But why were you depressed that Spain made the final? Say it. Come on. All right.
I had to see my biggest ops go up against each other. Now, I will say I would rather have Spain win than Argentina win another one. Because at the end of the day, I do think Spain played the better they played the better football on the pitch. Argentina just was super dirty. So let's just talk about.
Okay, I agree with you on that because like from the beginning of the game, like Paredes, bro, he was like pissing me off. Like he's the captain, bro, and he's trying to start fights with anyone. And then at the end of the game, him and Gavi started.
They started throwing hands.
Bro, I like both of them. That wasn't it, bro.
He should have got sent off early in the game too.
I thought he was gonna get sent off. I didn't think Enzo was gonna get sent off. But honestly, I thought he was gonna get sent off before anyone.
He should have, right, Chris? Should have. Would have. Could have.
Let's get into talking about it a little bit. I think definitely like Spain was just a better team. Like at the end of the day, Spain proved they were the better team. Argentina had 0 shots on target until the very end, while Spain had like 20 shots. That was disgraceful. I've never seen a display of haram ball like that.
It's called dirty haram. Even worse. Bus.
Yeah, my +8 corners on Argentina did not like that.
Oh, I hit my parlays. You're right, Chris.
So,
Bruh. The power of parlay.
But yeah, parlay was sold that day. But yeah, it was a peaceful game until the end. But Argentina disappeared. Like, bro, the whole tournament. Like, yeah, they were a lousy team at the beginning, but they always put in an excellent game at the end. Like, you guys can't lie. Like, those 2 comebacks were good. Can't lie here, guys.
They were good. A little controversial,
good.
Okay. But they were good.
But...
Let me say.
But they disappeared in that final, and
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know who it is who's to blame for this. Like,
Messi.
That's a good argument. He was. Where did he go? It was his last World Cup game.
Yeah,
I mean he is 39 though. Now I'm not the first one to defend Messi, but he is 39.
That's a good point, you know. But the whole tournament, that argument wasn't there, you know.
39-year-olds don't top the scoring chart.
Right. He was topping the scoring charts, topping assists.
But also, you got to see. I don't want it to sound like an excuse, but like if you see the teams that Argentina played throughout the whole tournament, they didn't face like a top team until they faced England. You know what I mean? And Cabo Verde like was probably the biggest surprise of the World Cup, which they also like fought to the end. It was 2-2, I think, extra time. But Argentina did struggle almost every single game in the knockout stage. They struggled with Cabo Verde, Egypt, Switzerland, and England as well. So, I don't know. I feel like Argentina was good, but they weren't as good as they seemed. That's why Spain like just completely outtake them.
I mean, we were saying this on the show, like, throughout all the rounds that we covered, Argentina looked shaky. Like, they were winning, right? But they looked like a beatable team. They looked very shaky. And now they go up against England. They look pretty good, but then they go up against Spain, and Spain is a team that is very possession heavy. You know, they like to keep the ball, and they were just attacking. They had the ball the whole game. In Argentina, they did nothing. They could not do anything against Spain. All they did was just stay back, and eventually, even though it went all the way to extra time, eventually the goal came. Who scored that goal, Teddy? Fella!
Yo, and let me say something
Oh my
about that,
God.
because that man,
Yeah.
year after year,
Yeah.
sucks in the fucking Champions League. But of course, now in the World Cup,
The thing,
against his fucking goat, he scores. That's
No,
all.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. I did hate it on Ferran like almost every single year he was playing with Barca. Obviously, I will laugh with Barca because like obviously they're my ops. But like when he was playing for Spain, I was like, dude, there's no way you can beat that ass. And then I was not gonna lie, I hate him, yeah, too. But I actually like after that goal, I felt so happy for him because I was like, dude, he misses so many like open chances, and like for that like miss after miss after miss just to score probably the biggest goal you'll have in your entire career, which is the goal that's gonna give your country the World Cup. That's just wild, in my opinion.
You were gonna put a parlay on it, weren't you?
I told you then. I was like, dude, watch. They're gonna go to extra time. They're gonna put Ferran Torres, and somehow, some way, he's gonna score. And it happened. But I didn't put money on it. But I was like, dude, there's just no way. It's all your fault, Chris.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, because you got too much lemonade that day. But yeah,
I think overall, I'm glad football won. Football didn't win that day because if Argentina managed to win with the way they were playing, what is football anymore?
Honestly, this is the worst outcome for football because now we have an egotistical 18-year-old Lamine Yamal who's gonna fall to the same curse that Mbappe fell to, that just won a World Cup and then disappeared. Like, let's be honest here. Let's get.
Are you being serious?
Let's get our biases out of the way. You know, has Mbappe delivered after that World Cup? No, he's arguably a better player in that World Cup than he is today.
well, he did. After that World Cup, he did score. He won the Golden Boot back to back. And he
In
made
what league?
he made-
In what league?
we're talking about the World
okay.
Cup.
I thought you were talking
Well,
about the
I think he
France.
also won in France, but like we're talking about the World Cup too. Like
He won the Golden Boot back to back in La Liga.
That is true.
Yeah, but like, did they win anything? 2 back-to-back trophyless seasons, and what this screams is a self-centered player.
But does
Is
that
that what Real Madrid wants?
But does that mean like also was he the problem with Messi was a problem in 2012 when they didn't win anything besides I think a Copa del Rey or something? He scored 92 goals.
You know,
But they didn't win the league.
that's part of the
anything.
argument people have nowadays is why Barca is better because we let Messi go. Because if Messi had stayed or we had brought Messi back,
Mhm.
I don't know if we would have been able to, like, our younger players would have been able to grow. Like,
I agree with that. Also, because you guys wouldn't have had the
Like-
money.
and like if
That is true.
Ronaldo had come, we're performing with less money, doing better than y'all. Like, come on, we were just about to
If-
be
if-
bankrupt 2 years ago.
If Ronaldo came
And-
back,
The team that's supposedly gonna like kill us spent like almost $500 million on players, and still with trophyless 2 seasons. The world has to get ready.
We're not Liverpool.
if Ronaldo didn't leave, then we wouldn't have those 2 Champions Leagues in the 2020s.
Yeah, it's a good argument. So like,
Maybe not.
There
Who
would
knows?
not be 2022 or
there's a
2024.
painful.
We
growing
wouldn't
process.
have prime Benzi.
Exactly. We wouldn't have Benzema getting a Ballon d'Or.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have seen all these good players that came through Barca if Messi had stayed.
Do you think if you guys kept Messi, Lamine Yamal would have debuted like at that age and have like this performance or not?
Oof, that's hard because Messi, his upcoming with Ronaldinho, maybe, but at the same time,
Because they were the same position too.
Yeah,
pretty
they're
much.
different players. Like
They were pretty much the same
Same
position. Because
position.
Messi was playing right wing in Barca, and Lamine Yamal is a right winger too.
but I don't know. Maybe Yamin needed that gap. Like all the energy just focused on this one player. It's paid off for them. I'm kind of surprised that like we're able to witness back to back comings of like these great players,
like new generations.
Yeah,
Hell no,
like,
Champions League.
I mean, he's 19. He's 19. He's coming. He's coming. We've only just rebuilt. In the past 2 years, I'll say we've just rebuilt.
I mean, you guys been saying rebuild since Messi left, and that was almost like 6 years ago.
I mean, that's fair. That's a fair point. But like, hey, we're going through rebuilds, and we still finished top two in the league. And it's not like we're the Prem, and it's like we have one good season, and then we fall to the middle of the table. We're not like Spurs that we fell to the relegation zone. Like we were competitive even through our bad stages.
True.
We never not qualified for the Champions League.
But you did win to the Europa League.
That's fair, but we didn't like just fall out of the contention.
Yeah.
We were always competitive.
Yeah, like you guys got like the
Even-
bad
even,
moments,
like,
probably the early 20s,
You
and then it came back as you guys won like 3 leagues in the last 4, I think. Right?
dude, that's tremendous for a team that was on the verge of bankruptcy.
That is true. I do gotta respect that. Very controversial, but yeah.
Well, I have to respect that. Teddy, me and you talked about this in the podcast too. I think La Liga, with how bad it is right now, currently, makes Barca seem like a better team than they actually are. I'm just saying.
But let me say this: I think this World Cup goes to show that the Prem is miles below La Liga and most other leagues. But let me say, England, all these top Prem players who were playing for the English national team fucking fell apart against a team that isn't even playing European. Half the team isn't even playing European ball.
Half of the Argentinian team is playing in CONMEBOL.
So, England fell apart, and I think this goes to show that England is an overhyped league. I think the English Prem is a very mediocre league. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but you see, teams that shine really bright one season and then fall apart. It doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, I kind of do agree with you about the. I mean,
you are the special guest, so
yeah.
talk your ear out.
I mean, I kind of do agree with you because, like, the Prem, obviously, when it comes about European competitions, they don't seem like as strong as they used to. But I believe that the Prem as a league, it's way better than La Liga. But when it comes about obviously European competition, they struggle a little bit. But the thing is, Arsenal has been doing good in the Champions League. They haven't won it, but they were always like in the semis. They were in the final recently. But I do believe that there's like, I guess, more level in the Prem than in La Liga. But the Premier, like, they do like lack when it comes about like
they choke.
Yeah.
But I will say this. The reason why I'm saying La Liga is weaker than it used to, think about the early 2000s and think about the Messi Ronaldo era. We had teams like Valencia, we had teams like Sevilla, Real Sociedad, Atletico. All these teams were 10 times better back then than they are now. We had Valencia in the early 2000s going to Champions League finals. Now it's basically just a 2 to 3 headed monster at this point. Just Barca, Madrid, and then sometimes Atleti decides to wake up.
Sometimes.
So it's a lot weaker.
Atletico is like the Arsenal in the league. Let's be honest.
They are. So that goes to show, I think La Liga makes Barca seem a lot better than they actually are. Barca have gone knocked out in the quarterfinals this year, and then they got knocked out in the semis last year by Inter Milan, which proceeded to get spanked by PSG 5-0.
Yeah, that was out. I don't understand how they scored fucking 5 past us. But we still got
defense.
We still got a lot of work to do. We have Kubarsi, who's what? He's also 19, and he just had a great World Cup.
Yeah, let me tell you that Kubarsi, he's a Barca player and everything, but dude, like I had my doubts with him, but he's a baller, bro. After this World Cup, I was like, yo, he's.
We say
he's
6 years
he's
rebuilding, but our players haven't even cracked 25. Like most of our players are young, and this last Champions League season, Hansi Flick has almost the youngest team every time on average. and these are young players, and we don't have an old team, where we're buying players with already bad habits. We're making players with good habits, and it's gonna pay off well for us. And if we decide to sell these players, like we're thinking with Ferran Torres, who, especially after this World Cup, can net us a big price tag. So,
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
guys do need a striker.
we do need a striker,
Would you
but
take Julian?
no.
You don't want, really?
I
Wow.
prefer he come to us for free. To pull an Mbappe, wait it out with Atletico and come for free.
What do you think, Chris?
I don't know.
You want it for free?
Going back to Argentina, Chris, I think with Argentina's performance in the World Cup final, I think they deserve an ass slap.
Oh man, what type of bet you make, Chris?
Can't be doing these ass slaps. They gotta be paying for
Put
it.
all that lemonade online. And
That
he
eye
lost.
contact is crazy.
Lemonade.
Wait on it. We need an ass slap.
Oh, what the fuck? Yo, what the fuck?
What kind of
podcast?
The Big Freak Show.
Show.
The Big Freaky Show.
Yeah.
Listen. But anyways, yeah, I think that wraps up the World Cup final. Argentina, shit. And
But better than Colombia will ever be.
Damn.
And let me say this because my girlfriend's family is all Colombian, so I heard it the whole World Cup. And honestly, this also goes out for all the South American teams. Why do we get so hyped after one little win and then fall flat on our faces the next round?
cause passion. Passion.
That is passion. That is passion.
I don't want to get into Colombia
Like-
because I'm already depressed enough as it is, and I've gone over it. But we talked about Colombia's issues extensively on this podcast. Especially, I think Colombia lacked the 9. They did not have a 9 that was clinical, and that's the reason they didn't end up going far. I think if we had a 9, we would have beaten Switzerland and then put up a fight against Argentina. So I think overall, though, I will say all South American teams in this World Cup performed poorly. The only one in the quarterfinals was Argentina.
That's sad. That's so sad, dude.
That's bad for CONMEBOL. I don't know if you're...
And African
That
teams
is
almost
terrible.
beat them, dude. And it's like
Yeah.
African teams are on the come up. South American teams are on the way down. It's like
One
we're
team.
losing our footing.
Yeah. One national team got Group Uruguay. Ecuador and Paraguay got out in the run. Oh, wait, no. Ecuador got out in the round of 32. Paraguay got out in the round of 16. Colombia got out in the round of 16. And then Brazil got out in the round of 16 too? Yeah, round of 16. And then the only one who made it far was Argentina, obviously. So, what do you think of Argentina's sportsmanship?
I hated the sportsmanship at the end of the final, especially because
Especially?
like these players have no bad blood with y'all. Spain literally is outspoken. They say they like you guys, and then here's Paredes. I'll say this again. It's like a little fucking like I won't even say, but it's like you come from a small team. No offense, Boca Junior fans. No offense, but like you guys are a small club, bro.
Boca Junior is not a small club. You can't say anything against South American teams. You know they're a big team. They're
Okay,
a big
to
team.
you guys, but in the real world stage, like we're gonna get spanked. Like they're gonna get spanked, bro.
You cannot call
No
a
one
historic.
goes to
You
Boca
cannot.
Juniors and says, "Let's go by here."
Listen,
no one goes shopping at Boca Juniors.
I'm not the first
right?
person to defend. I'm not the first person to defend an Argentinian team, but Boca Juniors is a massive club. You're talking about a historic
Okay,
club.
Yes, they have fans.
Not
yes.
just the fans, just history-wise, they're historical.
They're historic. But look
They're not a
look-
small club.
Look
You
how
can
their
say that.
captain is acting during the World
No,
Cup.
I'm-
This is small club mentality.
Oh, I'm
They
not.
can't take a loss like real men.
That's all Argentinians.
Yeah.
I would say Argentina's act like that after a big loss.
It was a bad look,
was a bad
especially the fight with him and Gavi.
What do you think of that fight against Gavi after
I
everything
love
was
what
done?
Gavi said. Like Gavi. Ain't
Wait,
give
what
a
did he say?
fuck.
I didn't.
He
I
didn't
didn't
give
hear.
a fuck. He said they shouldn't be suspended. Like it's just a part of the game. Gavi all for a
That's
fight.
valid. That's valid. Don't
You
get me
know?
wrong. I don't like Gavi, but that
Like,
shit was.
yo.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And
it was
then
a
like
bad
was it the same guy like Paredes like when right on He's on the
No,
throw
that
of
was
like
Eric
right.
Garcia.
That was Eric
That was
Garcia,
another
right?
Barca player. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was just Barca against my team. It didn't feel right. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So, Steven, as a Barca fan, who did you want to win the World Cup final? Spain or Argentina?
I will say this because I had
It's your
church
goat.
that day. I had church that day. I left the church. I didn't feel bad. Like at the end of the game when I saw the outcome, for the last final, I remember I had church that day too, and I couldn't leave. I couldn't even sleep the night before. I was so nervous. I'm like, Messi has to win this. You know what I mean? I couldn't even sleep. But then this time, my mind's at peace. He got his World Cup. He's the GOAT. And Lamine Yamal could get his World Cup at 19. So for me, it was a win-win. I can't be sad, so.
It was really a win-win for Barca fans, to be honest, right, Chris?
Thank you, God, for this opportunity. I just want a good game. That's all I need. Anybody win.
I'm back where I started, I saw Messi losing in 2014. So, like, that's where this journey started, bro.
Lamine was a ghost in the World Cup.
He's gonna win a Ballon d'Or, bro.
He's a ghost.
He's gonna win a Ballon d'Or. It's gonna be the greatest PR campaign of all time. I'm telling you. It's gonna be better than the Dembele campaign. It's gonna be better than the Benzema campaign. Okay? This is gonna be the greatest PR campaign of all time. And at the forefront of it is the World Cup with the 19-year-old Lamine Yamal, who's already better than Mbappe. Let's go.
This is
Come on,
This is
kid.
Homelander
He
PR.
doesn't
This is
even know.
Homelander PR. This is Homelander PR. This is PR. This is
After Chris being a bad boy, I do gotta say, yes, it's gonna be a huge PR run for the Ballon d'Or, probably more than.
But can
it
y'all
was
make
last
a
one.
better argument for other people? I'm curious. I'm not even trying to be like.
Well, the thing
okay, let me hear it.
is, the Ballon d'Or official website just posted a thing
Saw
that
that.
said like, winning a World Cup, yes, it like benefits you to win the Ballon d'Or, but it doesn't really, like 100% give it to you. You need to have like, you need to have like very good like individual performance, which in my opinion it's kind of like weird and like biased, because why didn't that matter in the 2022
Why didn't that matter with Messi?
Ballon d'Or with Messi?
Haaland had a little more, but Messi had almost as many assists as Haaland. If we're going stat
But-
for stat, Messi was almost up there with Haaland.
But the thing is, I don't think he got that many goals. But
No, he didn't have as many as Haaland.
No, yeah,
that's
obviously,
for sure.
but
it
he
was
did
a
have
good amount
he
for-
did got a good amount of goals. He also got the World Cup, obviously. But the thing is, Haaland that season, okay, yes, he's not as like a good as player as Messi is. He's literally just like a striker, like a killer goal scorer. But in his first season, he won the treble, something that Man City has never done. He broke the record for most goals in the Premier League season. He won the Golden Boot for the Premier League. He won the I think best player in the league too. He won the Champions League, scoring like a lot of goals. I don't think he was the top scorer, but he did got a lot of goals. He won the FA Cup also, I think, being one of the top scorers. So I don't get why, if that's what matters, like the individual performance, why they give it to Messi. You know what I mean?
But like, it wouldn't be the first time where people get snubbed out of a.
Don't defend Messi. He's the highway robbery of Ballon d'Ors.
What do you mean? Like,
It does have some controversial
he
Ballon d'Ors.
owned this decade, and this World Cup proved it even more at 39 years old, being the top 3 goal scorers and top 2 in assists. you tell me he stole all those assists and goals? What are we doing?
He does got a point, but like I said before,
people
the,
say-
the teams that they were playing, they were
Okay,
just-
I will say, yeah, maybe if he was given a little too much credit for that World Cup, but with all the pressure they put on him to win that World Cup, he fucking deserved it. Because if he hadn't won that World Cup, he would have been a fucking joke. He would have been a joke. So now you're taking that World Cup and holding it against him. It doesn't make sense. Like when he lost how many finals, like 4 finals in a row for Argentina, and he retired.
What a pussy.
Like on some lame ass shit.
Oh yeah, he retired. He was like, "Yo, I'm done with this
He
shit."
was
Blah
so
blah blah.
done,
And then like the press conference and everyone was talking shit about him. He was like, "You know what? Let me get back to this shit."
And then he came back. So like,
Yeah,
it's only, motivation. That's all I see it.
I guess. So you think Mbappe is a problem?
Yes.
Can Can you back it up a little bit?
Yeah, but just by his arrival there, the locker room was fine. Vinny was performing great. Vinny was a great player. I'll go as far as saying Vinny was a great player before Mbappe got there. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as Mbappe got there, even Rodrigo disappeared. All these great players that Real Madrid had on the come up kind of just
Oh, so you're not going to
faded
mention
away.
Jude?
But yeah, like that's what I mean.
Alright.
His arrival was not a good thing for Real Madrid, and maybe when he leaves Real Madrid, it will be pretty evident
Well, how can you say like it's
because it's
that's
Dan Mader brought up a good point. The individual stats, it's in the individual award. Yes, Mbappe has a lot of goals. Yes, he can score, but does it benefit the team? Has it benefited the team? All those goals he scored this season,
but you
Yeah.
can't win games if you don't score.
obviously. But we've won games, and we like none of our players. One specific player has had as many goals as Mbappe. It's been all
Rafinha.
evenly spread out. You know, all our
That is
goals are
true.
evenly spread out. It's not just one player.
That is true. But if you take a look at like Real Madrid without Mbappe, they struggle to score. It's not like, oh yeah, like it's Mbappe's fault, blah 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 blah. But without Mbappe, they literally struggle scoring. That's what I'm saying. But how is it Mbappe's real? Like how is the
That's what he
Mbappe's
asked
fault
for.
if
He's el general, bro.
Callan dictador.
He's the general, bro.
Callan
El
dictador.
dictador, bro. El dictador, bro. So like,
I would say like I don't think it's like all his fault, but like also we need the teams to back him up, and especially the midfield because you can't play like you can't have like there's no like such a playmaker in Madrid. So Manny is not a playmaker. Valverde is not a playmaker. Camavinga is not a playmaker. Jude can be a playmaker, but he decides to play as a cam, which doesn't really it could benefit, but like you can't like build play if he's just gonna be all the way in the box the whole time.
that's a good point. Jude performs better for England.
True, because he has an actual striker too, so that can pull the defense for.
The problem with Real Madrid is much more deeper than Mbappe. And this is like seriously, like when you look at the team is flawed. We don't have we don't have defenders. Well, now we do, but the past 2 seasons, our defenders are old, slow, and we suck. The problem is deeper than just Mbappe, and I just don't like to see Mbappe be pinpointed as the only reason why we suck. It's the team as a whole.